Hello friends, welcome to this video for Path to Success for BITSAT 2024. So friends, the first thing which we must understand, although it might look little bit off topic, is the acceptance. Why? Because JEE main result is out and some of you and maybe most of you might have got result which is little bit unexpected. It can happen that maybe you were hoping for 99.9 percentile, but maybe you got say 97 percentile. You were hoping to clear the cutoff for JEE Advanced, but might not have cleared it. Or it could have happened other way around also. But the thing is, once the result of JEE Main is out, the first and foremost thing to move forward is acceptance. We have to accept the result as it is, and only then we can plan forward. So friends, please accept whatever result you have got, and thereafter only we can plan for better things. To excel in the upcoming exam, we have to realize certain important pointers. One of them is to understand the difference. What is that difference? That difference is that the exam which has happened and the exam which is going to come, these two are completely different exams. And I'm not specifically saying for BITSAT 2024, it is true for any other exam. Say the way you have excelled in JEE Main 2024, the format, the way of that exam might not be similar to say JEE Advanced. And it is not. So what I'm trying to make you realize is there is a difference between the exam you have cleared and the exam which is upcoming one. Hence, you must be preparing for that exam accordingly. On the silver lining side, what you also need to understand that suppose for whatever reason, if you were not able to perform as per your best potential in JEE Main exam, even then you can perform in the best manner in these upcoming exams. So for doing that, you have to accept and you have to understand the difference. Now, this understanding also extends to other sense that the exam pattern is also very different. Any exam which we are going to prepare, it might not be similar in pattern to JEE Main. Say, for example, BITSAT 2024. If you see the difference, for almost 2 years, we have been preparing for 75 questions in 3 hours. But the moment you switch to exam like BITSAT, there are 130 questions in 3 hours. It is a drastic difference. So what does that mean? That you have to change the way you have been attempting questions. You have to speed up at the same time maintaining the accuracy. So it is important that not just realization, but the way you practice it, the way you plan your entire preparation forward is very important. So having said that, let's plan for our BITSAT 2024. How to plan for that? The first key difference is theory versus practice. In the 2 years of preparation, you would have most of the time relied on lot of theory and lot of theory. In fact, in students, it is a common, I can say, misconception or misunderstanding that the more theory they learn, their confidence will grow. However, this might not be true always. What happens is, suppose you are doing lot of theory, but when you fail to secure marks in that particular question of the same theory, you lose confidence. And in fact, that is many times the reason why students keep on just doing theory, but refrain themselves from doing the practice. Knowing theory, knowing the concept is one thing. Knowing that you have to attempt 130 question in 180 minutes is one thing. But doing that, really setting the environment, really preparing yourself, really taking a mock test, that is another thing. So friends, for this upcoming 1 month, you should do lot and lot of practice. Most of the theory you are already aware about. Some theory which you are not aware, you will learn in the due process. When you attempt test, you will get to know that, okay, this theory you were not aware about. That is totally fine. It's okay. After the exam, you see the solution, you remember that particular theory, and you are good to go. If there are certain identified topics, you can cover their theory sidewise also. But what is important is that you can't be over reliant on theory now, and practice is the key. One of the most important thing about succeeding in any exam through preparation is the analysis. Why analysis is important? Because many times students attempt a particular paper, see their score, see how many questions they got correct, incorrect, and proceed for the next paper. Now, although in this way they are doing lot of practice, but they are not doing it very effectively. Analysis is the key for improvement. Practice is that you are putting it a lot of effort, but are you putting it in the right direction? Analysis means that after every paper, you should spend some good time in analyzing which concepts are still weak, which topics you are still getting negative marks, in which question you spent as good as say 5 minutes, which question you solved using a long method, but in the solution a shorter crisp method is present. All these things come under analysis, and you have to be careful about them. And trust me, when you spend good time on analysis, you improve in the next part. Suppose out of 130 questions, 40 question you got wrong in the first time. Totally fine. It is totally fine. You analyze those 40 questions. Are you repeating those mistakes again and again? Suppose a question of thermodynamics, even the first time you were not able to correct it, and even now you are not able to correct it. You get to know that, okay, whether it is a conceptual mistake or whether it is a silly mistake. Analyze each and every mistake. So friends, attempting paper, spending those 3 hours are important. But even more important is to spend maybe next couple of hours analyzing the attempted paper, analyzing the generated report. After that, one other aspect is once you see the solution, many times you develop a pseudo feeling that, okay, now you know this. Now, if this question comes again, you will definitely be able to solve this. For this, what we recommend is you should reattempt the paper, not the entire paper, because those questions which you got correct in the first time, most probably you will get them correct in the exam also, you will get them correct in the second time also. But those questions which you were not getting correct in the first time, you saw their solution, you understood your mistake, can you now reattempt them and can you correct them? That is the key. So friends, for that we have added the option of reattempt in our test series also. We do not want you to attempt the entire test. Maybe you can note down that, okay, these particular questions I got wrong. And when you are reattempting, just attempt those ones. So this is also a very important thing about practicing effectively. One other important aspect which is very often ignored is maintaining an error log. Being in this digital era, at times we feel that, okay, we have everything on the platform. What is the need for doing such kind of thing manually? My friends, if you do it manually, if you maintain error log of each and every paper very nicely, you will start observing patterns very effectively. You will see this kind of mistake you are doing again and again. You will see that, okay, maybe 2 weeks back, I was doing 3 questions of thermodynamics wrong. How am I doing now? So maintaining an effective error log helps you see the improvement over the time. You would be knowing that these topics, they were not on the stronger side initially. Can I check? Can I try my level on them now? So that is also very important. This part about English and logical reasoning is also very important. Why it is important? Being a science student, we assume that you would be able to solve most of the logical reasoning questions. At the same time, since you have been preparing for the entire thing in English, we do assume that, okay, most of the question you will do correct. However, what you have to understand again is the tricky part about timing. It's not about whether or not you can solve logical reasoning question. It is about can you solve it effectively within say 1 minute, within 75 seconds. That is the key. And what we have realized previous year also, we got a lot of feedback about it. We we were told that the questions of logical reasoning, they were increasingly difficult. It's like once you start attempting them, you are tempted to uh, complete it, but at the same time, it takes a lot of time. And why it happens? Because there is no structured way in which we are thinking about that question. And again, because we have not studied it, it's like intuitively we are going around it. So for that reason only, this year we have specifically started a crash course of English and logical reasoning, which is taken by faculty of IIM, Kozhikode and IIT Delhi. Both faculties are alumni of these prestigious institutes and are very experienced. So if you feel that these 90 marks, 90 out of 390, it is as good as 25%, very close to it. If you want to secure those 90 marks, you can consider utilizing this crash course also. So friends, we have tried to summarize what are the effective things. You must make a plan. You must stick to practice. The practice should be well oriented through analysis. And after analysis, you should be reattempting your mistakes and you must be maintaining an error log. English and logical reasoning, again, you should be doing structurally with lot of practice. So I hope with all these tips and tricks, you will be able to prepare for exam very nicely and get amazing scores. Wishing you all the best. Take care.